And we're live. Welcome back to the Home and Abroad podcast. You guys are not excited. Yeah.
Back then.
All right. Yeah. And today is gonna be very lovely because we have a special guest in our midst. I can see the smile.
I
She's a
think
friend of the podcast. She has been supporting. Then anytime we push, she'll be like, you guys can do it like this. So there's another idea you can do it like this. She
Right.
she brings a cross-cultural perspective.
oh wow. Where did you get
In
that word from, bro?
cross English plenty now. Oh yeah, she's well traveled, a true African woman. If she was in Nigeria, her name would have been Abimbola. Don't ask me why. Then
Wait,
she's the first. Let me. She's the first Ghanaian to accept that Nigerian jollof is better than Ghana jollof.
they will come for you. They will come for you big
Yes,
time.
please don't put me in trouble.
Say don't put me for trouble.
But did
All
you, did
right.
you no, the real question is, did you acknowledge it or not?
I never did. In fact, my Ghanaian brothers and sisters,
I don't set you up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Nana, aka Naya, aka.
Wow.
Thank
She
you
has so
guys.
many
Thank you.
AKs, man. She has so many AKs. I have questions already because I've heard like Kesh say Nana, Naya. And I'm like, okay. Which one of them is actually the alias? How do we put it? Like, which of those two names are
Which
what?
one is the real name? Which one is
Which is
the?
exactly because, and yeah, let's start from there. Just let me know which one is the real name.
Okay. Before I say anything, I want to say thank you so much for inviting me to this podcast. Like you said, I've been following the podcast for a while now, and Kesh is exaggerating. I would even be like, oh, you guys did well, like you could do better, but it's not like anything big. But then I want to say keep it up, and you guys will go far. You know, small steps, baby steps, and one day you'll be big, and I'll be like, oh, I was on this podcast.
Thank you.
Inshallah, by God's grace.
Yeah.
So the one, which one is the real name? Naya, right?
So my name is Nanaya.
Nanaya.
Yes.
Oh,
So back in high school, people started calling me Naya
oh,
because
okay.
Nanaya is just taking the NA and the first YA and putting it together. So it
Makes
makes it
sense.
Naya. So that's why
Alright.
people call me Naya, but then it's more
So,
Nanaya.
so did you like which one would you say you got comfortable with over time?
Um, I got comfortable with people calling me Nana because
Nana.
that's how my family calls me at home, and some of my friends call me Nana. Those who want to be like, oh, why should I call you Naya? That's not your name, stuff
Yeah.
to me. But
Interesting.
um, my name is Nana. So if you feel like you want to call me Nana, that's fine. Because people are like, oh, Nana is more of like a male's name in Ghana, but that's not true. It's
Really?
unisex. Yes, it's
If
unisex.
there's anything, in fact, I think Nana sounds more like modelly.
Really?
Yeah, modelly. That's what I was gonna say. Like,
Yeah. Like if you say Nana, like mother is the
yeah,
first thing that comes to mind.
yeah,
Oh,
that comes to
yeah,
mind.
yeah.
Not even the male. Whoever told you that was
Nana.
wrong.
But it's not even true in Ghana. Like is
That is more of a male's name.
yeah.
No, so in Ghana, Nana is more unisex, but then we mostly use the name Nana for
That's true.
our
That's true. I know
kin.
a Nana can come. I know Nana something something like different.
Yeah.
Wow,
So like
that's
if you hear Nana in Ghana, it's always going to be accompanied by the day you were born. So I was born on Thursday, so that's where the ya comes from.
oh.
Yeah.
Wow, we are learning Ghanaian.
Yeah, I
Is
like
it free or
the
which one
Ghanaian
is it?
system. Like they name people like based
Mm-hmm.
on. Well, it's I
It's the
think
same thing with
it's
African now.
I
You
think
can't
it's
just throw it out there. It's not
I
just
think it's
again.
based on some tribes. Not like all tribes do that.
I don't want to say anything I don't really know, but then I know that most of the time the Shanties and their Khans especially are the ones that do the by day. And other tribes also have that by day, but then they don't really add it to their name. Like it's not going to be
Yeah.
official. They might
You
call them
just
at
know
home
it.
by the day they were born,
Ken,
but
do we
then
have something like that?
in
Do we have
Nigeria,
something like that in Nigeria?
Something close, but not like the way they do it in Ghana. I mean, we have Sunday, people that Sunday, we have Friday, we have Monday. Yes, now. And then people are being named based on different things.
It's
It's
so funny. I was going
like
to say
and
something.
Abiodun was born like very close to the festive period, but not
Can
like
I
the way
say
you guys
something?
do it.
We've never seen a Thursday or Wednesday.
No,
Nobody's showing
no
those days love.
Tuesday, no Tuesday. Only Monday. The names you see is Monday, Sunday, and Friday.
wow.
It's something I need to like bring it up, like, but I mean, for some weird reason, part of the 16 names I was given as a child, Sunday was part of them, and I don't know. I
Were you
read.
born on a Sunday?
I would have to go check the calendar, man. Maybe someone
Because
can
I
help me
want to
check.
believe
What
that's
was?
where it's coming
What,
from.
I think that's yeah. I
I
think
mean, why
most
would
likely. Let
anybody
me.
name you Sunday if you are not born
You
on
know
this?
what? You know what? What day of the week? I'm about to Google this thing now. What day
Yeah,
of the week is July 5th? This will be. I'm pretty sure it's Sunday. It's Sunday.
yeah. So that's where you get it from.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's amazing to see that
I was born on a Monday
um
too, so I'm Nana
the-
Monday. Nana Monday.
You're in Ghana, born on a Monday, you'll be called Kojo.
Ojo,
Your
ah,
Nana Kojo.
Ojo.
Don't blame me, Cash. No, stop.
Ojo. Okay, no problem.
but like I think another question. I don't know which Ghanaian name is actually very popular. Which one would you say is
Kofi.
more?
Kofi.
I mean, it looks like it's Kofi to me. Oh.
No,
What do you think?
you tell us. Tell us from your own
I
perspective.
don't I don't think there's a popular name. I think it's more of the behavior associated to the name.
Mm.
So you hear Kofi,
Wow.
everybody like Kofi, 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 and then Kofi has their own thing going on. So I don't think is popularity. I think it's just more of behavior and then how people perceive these kind of people called Kofi.
How do they perceive them? I see. I'm going to like
Okay,
ask questions a
no,
lot. I'm gonna ask questions a
so
lot. No.
so all my
Why?
Kofi boys, I love y'all because my uncle is called Kofi. So yeah, love you,
Disclaimer
love.
out there.
I'm
Now,
not
after
going
the
to say.
disclaimer, what comes next?
I'm not going to say anything that I. My personal opinion is Kofi people are really lovely. They're lover boys. You
Get
know.
to the
They are
part.
lover
Get to the
boys.
part. Get to the part.
Oh yeah, they are lover boys.
Okay.
So that's all I'll say for now. I don't. If you want to know more, see me in Chambers. You know, see me in Chambers.
Man.
Right now,
Oh
I'm here.
boy.
Love
Okay.
y'all, Kofi.
We're thinking you're gonna give us some clickbait. Come
Oh yeah,
on.
right. They're trying to, you see, two Nigerians, they're trying to set me up.
Why do you think we have you sandwich in the middle? Oh,
Yeah.
boss.
You think it's by chance that you're in the middle? No.
Oh, please. Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
I think we got on a very good spot, and I
Yeah.
like where we are right now because I feel like we can talk about anything and everything.
Yeah.
Considering your profile, I mean, I've heard a lot of things about you, and it's no surprise why everyone has been clamoring for like a female on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Now, guys, here you have it. We didn't only
A
just
beautiful
bring,
one like that.
yeah, we brought a beautiful female.
We know they
We
do.
brought, yeah, well traveled one.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. What else? What else? We brought a Ghanaian.
mm,
Yeah. So it's different.
yeah.
Everything needs to be
Oh yeah.
different.
You are just you are a breath of fresh. Ah, sorry, fresh. Hey God, English failed me. You
Say
see,
it, say
if
it. But yeah. So I believe a lot of like viewers will be I mean actually looking forward to this, and by the time this video drops, I mean I expect the
it will
views to
go
be off
places.
the roof. Yeah, and for those that don't know, I think we've spoken briefly before this episode, and we've had to like chop it up in terms of like lighter conversations around what you think. I mean, we all are immigrants one way or the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was where we started talking from, and you were able to like tell us that you follow the different paths. And for those people that don't know, are wondering, oh, what's this path? What does it mean? And I feel like, okay, why don't you just tell us? I mean, maybe briefly what what those actually or what that actually entails. Thank you.
Okay. So everybody came to America, those that are in America right now, especially my international student friends, as students. Unfortunately, I mean, no, fortunately,
Fortunately,
Fortunately, exactly. Hold
very
fortunately.
it, hold
fortunately.
it.
So fortunately, I came here by the grace of God and also through my parents. They paved the way for me to come to this country by, coming in as an immigrant and then having us over here. So that is how come I'm here with, some privileges. But then,
Yeah.
like I said,
That's how I go
we're
here.
all immigrants, okay?
Okay. No,
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 no, not too, no
I,
too much privilege. Yeah,
I like what you mentioned about like privilege, right? And honestly, I don't know about you, right?
yeah,
We could just circle, I mean, back and forth, and every one of us can actually talk about what privilege is like and how it's perceived by you and also individuals out there. Because before now, I used to think, oh, those that are privileged, they are sports. That was my initial. Over time, tend to discover that, trust me, me coming to this country, I'm trying to actually pave way for my future kids. I'm trying to like give them that same privilege as well. There's nothing bad about like starting knowing well that you have a backup.
mm-hmm,
Oh
mm-hmm,
yeah.
And that, I mean, for me, what that means for me is that if they have a backup, that means they can actually take more risk and know that, yeah, if anything fails, there's always a backup regardless.
Yeah.
And that's how I actually view privilege. And that didn't change until like maybe probably 2 or probably 3 years ago. You
yeah,
understand? So I don't know. Like I used to have the school of thought before that it was how I mean privileged kids are spoiled kids. And now it's almost like as if, you know what, if you're privileged, it's the best thing that can actually happen to you because you're already ahead of life by maybe 2 points or something, right?
yeah, yeah.
So that's my own view. What do you guys think?
Well, I just want to say that privilege in my context is the fact that I don't have to struggle as other international students are struggling, as my friends are struggling. And I have, like you said, I can take larger risk. I can work. I don't have to hide and work or do under the table jobs or anything like that to provide for myself. But then also, um, it gives me, just so that we're clear, it doesn't make me feel pompous or make me feel any type of way or like I'm better than somebody because I'm not. I always tell Kesh and then other people around me that I feel like our struggles are kind of the same. The only difference is I'm not fighting to stay in the country. I can actually stay in the country, travel and come back. Because I think that's what we were discussing before we even started this whole thing,
Yeah,
that
yeah, we're talking about that.
Trump is, even with a green card, you can travel. But then here's the case whereby I'm not using the green card. I have a passport. So that is some sort of privilege. Someone will see me and be like, this girl, she doesn't need to suffer, or she has everything down, or, just because I'm an American citizen. But then that's just one side of, the things I don't have to fight for. But there's so many things that I have to go through. So when it comes to privilege, I think that aspect, yes, I am privileged and I thank God. I'm actually grateful because now my kids don't have to suffer. I don't have to, go through the process of getting citizenship, trying to stay in this country. And I'm actually grateful for that. But then my parents, they went through the hustle, they went through the struggle. So I'm grateful for them wherever they are. If they listen to this podcast, Mom, thank you.
Thank
I
you,
love
Mama.
much. Thank you to my daddy. Thank you to my dad because he went through a lot, and then that is another story for another day. But then his struggles is the reason why I'm in this country with my siblings. So that privilege, yeah, I'm grateful for that because I don't want to. Honestly, I can't fathom the struggles that you all go through. I cannot phantom it, and I don't even want to understand it. I just sympathize because sometimes I try to wrap my head around. I'm like, oh God, I know you love me, but you also love them too. But I'm just grateful. So, yeah, privilege, just in that aspect alone, but it has its own struggles that comes with it. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Right, right. You've spoken well. Like what I gather from both of you is people having privilege does not mean they are spoiled. It's just like they can't relate to, like they're not saying that their struggle is different. I think that's a better
Mhm.
way to put it.
Mhm.
So just like this Maslow, hierarchy, like you have the
Yeah.
physiological need and then security and all of those things. If you're not thinking about food, it's because you already have it, right? Now
Yeah.
you're thinking
Yeah.
of another thing. Oh,
Mhm.
security. If you're not thinking about security, it's probably because you already have it. So it's not something you're. So it's not like they're sport. It's just because that part of the struggle is no longer for them. And like you rightly said, you're thanking your parents. And what Akin was saying, like we are trying to do the same for our kids. When they grow up, they'll be like, "Oh, my dad or my parents did." They already kind of through went through that path so that
Mhm.
we don't have to go through it, and then they have like a bigger net, safety net to actually attempt and do so many things. So
Which leads me to my next question,
yeah, go on.
actually. If you're finished, sorry, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
want to
yeah, yeah.
record it.
That's
So, which leads me to my next question. This is going to be very tricky. You guys can. So, and it's not like what's it called? This is not Olympics for suffering or anything, right? And I'm careful here to say that what you now have to like worry about your own struggle at times. Would it be very sensitive or insensitive to say? I mean, a lot of people believe that the struggles that you guys call like struggles per se, for those that are actually privileged to have what they have, it's nothing compared to what the immigrant that actually came into the country like go through. So that's why I said I'm being careful to like I'm not someone that compares struggles or sufferings. Man, no one is winning the gold medal for that. So
champion of
I'm
struggle.
always careful, and I'm pretty sure Nana, like you've probably come across friends, maybe an ex also as well, that for some reason or the other felt like maybe you didn't quite get it. You don't understand. You just can't get it. Like your struggle is
You
different, and
can't
how
relate.
you can't relate, and how that what's it called, um disconnect or distance in terms of relatability. I mean, what's the word now? How just relatable both of you can, and it causes some sort of like friction between the friendship or the relationship. Like, how do you think? Because I know it might actually hurt you that somebody thinks that of you, and here you are telling everybody that you know what, I'm cool with friends, like, but there has to be. I mean, I'm not saying there has to be. There must have actually been some time in your life whereby someone actually came at you with that. Oh,
Like you don't get it. You
you
can't
don't get, you
relate.
just can't get it. How did you feel? Just tell us.
So that is a really tricky question, but then I will answer like indirectly because
Okay.
nobody has actually ever come up to me and been like, "Oh, you don't know how we're struggling or anything." But then probably through their actions, how they speak to me is how come I get to know that there's a way they feel about me. So, like you said, an ex, okay? So,
See, I'm a prophet. See, I am a prophet.
so, so, there's this guy I was talking to, and normally I don't tell people that I'm an American just because I didn't really get a chance to like grow up in this country. So I'm not having like any accent or anything that shows that yes, you actually stay in this country. I actually didn't even go to high school here. It's that bad. But then yes, I am an American
Wait,
citizen.
wait, where do you go to high school again, please?
So I went to high school in Ghana.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice, 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 nice.
So I was talking to this guy and he got to, in fact, he found out because like it was an accident as to how he found out that I was an American citizen. He found my passport and he's like, how have we been going out for almost a year and I never knew you're
Mm.
an American citizen? And I was like,
What do
what
you
has that got to do with
Not
what do you
anything?
need that info for?
Like, let me know. Like, what has that got to do with anything? And I'm always scared to let people know that I have this status because now sometimes it changes the way the person perceives you or the way the person
mm,
treats you. So I'm like, okay, that's not something I would like to disclose until I am confident that you like me for me. And even when you get to know this, it's just a bonus for you because at the end of the day, if you're not here, I can bring you here, you know? It's that simple. But he didn't understand. And he was, in fact, the moment he got to know about it, everything changed.
he started acting out.
He started acting out, and every second it was, oh, I know. At the time, he found out when I was in Ghana. So at the time, he'd be like, oh, I know that when you leave, you wouldn't, you're going to break up with me. You're going to find you an American. You're going to do this. You're going to, very insecure stuff, and it actually hurts that someone that you planned your future with is actually thinking like that. So I don't disclose it. I don't think I've ever disclosed it to anybody, actually. No, yes, have I ever disclosed it to you? I don't even know how. No, I don't. I act like I'm an international student because I have a Ghanaian accent. Probably someone might say no, I don't, but then it's just me picking up little words and little like accents from the people I'm
Nana,
around with.
Nana, this story is interesting. And my next question is interesting as well.
Okay.
But yeah, I wanted to quickly
Go ahead, Kesh.
say something like, so I mean, maybe my question would kind of change the gear. So if it would, maybe Aki would go, but let me just say what I wanted to say. Like, so from what I hear, you have like different background, you've lived in different places, and coupled with
Mm-hmm.
the information that I know, at least I know obviously you live in the US now. You grew up in Ghana. You at some point were in the UK for like a like your studies and everything. So my question is, like, living in these different places and meeting with different people and experiencing different culture, like, how has that shaped your perspective of life, your perception of life, and how has that changed you or mold you as a person?
Wow. It's changed me so much. It's giving me a different perspective to life a lot because, you know, being born here, growing up, just a few years, heading back home to stay with family, growing up over there, learning the culture, the mannerisms of where I'm from, and then coming back over here, and it's a whole new world, a whole new environment that I have to navigate without anybody's help because my parents have done what they can do, you understand? What else can they do for you? They've given you the right to stay in this country as long as you can, and now you're back home, and it's like, oh, you got to figure out this for yourself. You need to navigate life for yourself. And coming back, it was so stressful. It was so. Sometimes I cried because I was like, what am I doing here? Like, let me just go back home. When I was back home in Ghana, I was living in my uncle's house. I wasn't paying rent. I was not feeding myself. I
You're
was like,
living large.
I was living like a queen. You get me?
Okay.
So I'm like, what is this stress that I have to come back, start my studies all over again? Because when I was coming back, transcripts and stuff were not working well. And it was it was the year before COVID. So it's like a lot was happening at the time. And COVID happened, lockdown. It's just so stressful not knowing anybody around you. Now you have to make friends all over again. You have to change your lifestyle. What you knew before, you have to adapt to a new lifestyle. It was really, really tough for me. But then, like I said, as a Ghanaian, as an African woman, I believe that you need to learn how to adapt to your environment wherever you are. And someone might say that it makes you look strong. No, I just feel like it's tolerance. Like I have a lot of tolerance and I have a lot of resilience to like conquer like certain things that comes my way. So it's like I
Can
can't
we
give
please celebrate tolerance?
up.
I think every immigrant has got to have that. Like
You have to.
Yeah, yeah,
You have
yeah.
that, what he mentioned the word not tolerance, the one before that.
resilience.
The
Resilience.
Mm-hmm.
resilience.
Yeah,
I've not seen an immigrant that don't have that,
yeah,
because
because
trust me,
that's the currency you have to spend to navigate.
I'm telling you.
To
And this,
yeah.
navigate.
yeah, yeah,
And
you have to.
my next question to that, because I feel like it's tough, right?
Mhm.
Honestly, I sympathize with. I mean, I know everything is much better than before you came in during the COVID period, right? And also trying to. I mean, you spent like an ample number of years in Ghana, right? For high school and other like educational levels, right? And it makes me wonder, like, coming here, would you say you knew what you wanted out of your life, or for yourself? Like, have you always known what you wanted, basically, before coming here? And and it's okay if you didn't know. At one point
Yeah.
in time, did you figure that out? Like, okay,
Hmm.
I
This is
should
what
do
I want
this.
to
This is
do.
what I
This
want
is
to
how I
do.
want to
Yeah,
Yeah.
live my
Yeah.
life.
live my life. Like, yeah, oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
the question.
So, I feel like this is for everybody. You always have a perception of what a country is like and how you're gonna make it. And you're like, I have plan A. When I come, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's gonna work out. I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that. That's the same way for me. I had this whole imagination in my head. Like I had it figured out. I had it booked down. Like, okay, when I come here, this how I'm gonna start from here, do this, have that. But when I came, that was not the reality. It was way different. So now I had to go back to the drawing board and ask myself, what do you want to do? It got to a point, my mom was like, what do you want to do? It's either one, you go back to school or you start working and start paying rent. I'm like, bruh, ma, I'm never like paying rent. Like, what is that? I mean, your house, like, what's that to pay? Like, come on, stop playing. And she's like, figure it out. So now I had to go back to the drawing board and start figuring out what I want to do with my life. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to school. Whilst I'm in school, I'm gonna figure it out because it's okay not to have it all figured out at once. It's okay to take it one step at a time. And as I move forward, as I went back to school, I met people that came into my life that, shaped me. I had mentors around me that shaped my perspective. It's like, okay, first I just wanted the bare minimum. I just wanted to be comfortable. Now I don't want to be comfortable. I
I
want
want to
to
be
reach
rich.
I want to reach where
The
if like
peak.
what people think is unattainable. You
Mm.
get me? And then people be like, oh, so does that make you like, that cliche, black women are like, I want to be independent. Yes, I want to be independent, but at the same time, too, I want to have a soft life. You understand?
Oh, shit.
You want a soft, independent life.
Exactly. I want people to see me and see that I can also reach where this lady has reached. You get me? I want people to look at me and use me as an example in their lives. Like when I saw Naya or when I saw Nana, this is how her story started. But then now this is how she's changed. She's breaking generational curses. She is bringing change into her life. She's bringing change around the people around her. And she's influencing people that are around her as well in a positive way and not in a negative way. So, yes, I didn't have it all figured out. But right now, where I am, right now, I'm trying to get my MBA. It's okay. Like I'm still figuring out my life, and God willing, hopefully in the next decade, where I was last decade but is not where I'll be the next decade. If you see that I have elevated, it's because it took time, it took more research, it took people around me to change my perspective about stuff, and that's why I'm gonna get to where I am. And probably around getting to the road is gonna be a little bit bumpy, but
Oh,
that's
yeah, it's expected.
Of
yeah,
It's
course.
expected.
it's not
Of
going to be
course,
smooth,
I
That's
tr-
part of
and
the
try, yeah, and that's part of life. Honestly, like, you need to get comfortable. You need
hmm
to get comfortable in the heat of the moment as well, right?
Yeah,
And honestly, I was going to mention something, and also maybe after I'm done catching, I also tell me. I mean, where you feel he is right now in life. You think you at that point whereby you have it all figured out as well. For
yeah.
me, I still look at it like I still haven't figured it out, right?
hmm
I'm still like trying to just lay my hands on as many things as possible, right? To see what I like. I mean, I'll dedicate the amount of like months or to learning this thing and maybe like putting in the work, right?
Yeah.
And That way, it's justified in my mind that, you know what, is this for me or is this not for me? You
Mm-hmm.
get me? Where I'm at, I'm more flexible to try new things. Like I said, I mean, we've talked about it in previous episodes as well.
Yeah.
What's the word now? Pretty like multidimensional. Like as long as we are trying to solve a problem and it's going to like maybe yield something at the end of the day that we can all be proud of,
Yeah.
please sign me up. That's what I'm doing right now, right?
Right.
So I really don't want to like put a ceiling on myself
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because I feel like I'm called to like do as many as possible. All I just have to do is just like focus on this, like try to like get the most out of it
Yeah.
and see and also figure out if it's something I like or not. And if I don't
Mhm.
like it, well, I know that I tried
Yeah.
and I know that it's not good for me. It's just all about collation or data collation at the end of the day. What's good for you and what's not good
Yeah.
for you.
Make that
And that's how
decision
some
well.
people actually, yeah, and that's how some people actually find their passion and they stick
Yeah.
to it all through.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I'm at right now. But like,
Before Kesh jumps in, one thing I always tell myself is I have a slogan. I can't give up. I don't have a choice to give up because I
yeah.
didn't come this far to give up. You understand? So if I try option A and option A is not working, I already have B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I,
Oh
J, E
shit.
for Alphabet. You understand? Something must work. And then I don't put myself in a bottle. I
Mm.
try to, expand or broaden my horizon as to things that I can do. I'm open to anything. If I tell you the things I've done, I've even done real estate. I've tried, ah, please, I don't even want to go. Like, I've done so many things. And then it's okay that most of them did not work, but then there's surely going to be that one thing that's going to hit the jackpot and then it's going to work. So, viewers, don't give up, okay?
All right. Well, for me, I mean, I wouldn't say like I have it all figured out 100%. Well, some goals that I've set for myself, I've been able to accomplish some still pending, some discarded. But one thing where I am right now, it's more of, you know, I've done like, okay, education is out of it now. What's next? What do I do with the time that I have now? What's the impact that I want to make? And what's the what's the word now? What's left that I need to do with the time that I have now, and how well do I spend that time? Because uh I mean, along the line I stumbled upon so many things, some things that I wanted to maybe not push aside, but that I wasn't paying attention to. For example, hosting events was
Mm-hmm.
something that it was there when I was graduating my like in the university, but I didn't really pay attention to it. I was just doing it, and then all of a sudden, by chance, by whatever, it came and it became like a thing. And I'm like, okay, this is something that I should put. I mean, people will tell me, oh, you can do this, you can do that. So
Yeah.
things like that, I want to like pay more attention to those kind of things, like, and then explore more. I also feel like sometimes I get very comfortable. I don't want to like go into something that I should.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm trying to break out of those kind of I don't for the lack of better word hindrances and
Yeah.
break it forth and trying different things and just by the time I like let's say in the next 10 years I want to look back and be like you know I I did all like that I was supposed to do
Mm-hmm.
or there's this business that I'm supposed to go into. I went into it. Or there's this talent that I was supposed to explore. I did. Or there's this activity that I was supposed to do. I don't want to look back and regret not trying to do it, like what Akin was saying. So going back to the question, I don't have it all figured out, but I at least I've been able to gather enough, know much about myself to
Yeah.
make that decision to say I want to pursue this. This is something I should go into.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Feels like everybody has gotten serious. I'm about to switch it up on everyone. So, quick question to you because you've actually like traveled far and wide. I don't know how many more countries have you been to? Because I've only counted three. I'm pretty sure you probably more than three. Who knows?
Oh, I think it's just 5 countries.
It's just
Okay.
five. You are
Yeah.
mentioning it like as if it's cup and spoon.
Some of us we've only been to the US. and you hear what you're
Five.
saying is just
Just
five.
five. What are
Okay,
the five
what are the two
countries?
other countries that we're missing? Yeah.
So I went to Italy and I went to Amsterdam.
Okay.
So
Oh,
Uh,
okay,
how
okay,
was it? How was
okay.
it there?
it was really great. I actually loved Italy and I think I want to go back. I feel
Go
like
back
I
Wait,
to
wait.
visit
full
or go back to
experience.
live there?
Where in Italy actually?
So I went to different places. So I went to Florence, Venice, and I went to Pisa.
Oh, nice.
So I
So,
didn't get a chance to go to Rome and Milan and Adaptation.
mm,
So yeah.
so two follow-up questions, right?
Hmm.
Just questions. So, why do you think a lot of, I mean, maybe this is like too much of a generalization, right? But I don't think I've seen enough Americans actually travel beyond the US. Why do you think that is the case?
That's a good question.
Well, wait. If you, no, no, no. Like, do you first? Let's take it one step at a time. Do you agree that's the case before you?
Yeah, 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 I
Okay,
do. I
okay.
do. Um, I do because I have friends that they don't even have a passport. And I'm like, yes. And I'm like, do you know where your passport can take you? Yeah, they don't. But then I think there's this notion that why would they actually travel outside the country when they haven't even seen all the states in their own country, you know?
That's what I
And they
wanted
feel
to
like,
say. US
yes,
is countries itself.
exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot to explore in the US actually.
There
So
is,
that
there
might
is.
be
I don't buy that. I don't buy that. I'm sorry. Maybe it's a genuine reason for them, but I just don't buy it as well. Trust me. But yeah, that's
I don't
one
buy it
question.
either.
I
I
think
don't buy it either, for real. Because I'm like,
yeah,
there's so much to see out there. Why will you? I understand that, yes, America is big and all that, but then America is your home country. You have all the time in the world if God permits you to explore America.
exactly,
You can always take a weekend
exactly.
trip, you understand? But then outside the country, like when I started traveling to Europe, I was like, oh no, I need to go to Asia. I need to go everywhere. If I need
And,
to come back to
and
Africa,
the first country that comes to mind when people say Asia is Japan recently. I don't know what's wrong with the PR around Japan recently. What's happening?
Japan is a really nice country, technology
But you've been
wise.
there, right?
No. I mean, from what I'm saying, like based on
I'm just playing.
technology and their
Yeah,
cleanliness, their culture too is very good.
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I
I
want to
mean,
go to
it's a very rich
Singapore.
country.
I mean, Japan has a good PR, so they have very
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
that's a
PR.
good
okay.
Like you
PR.
don't
I
hear bad things about them. Really.
Mm-hmm.
okay. Second question would be okay. I know you've been to the UK, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, US babes. Well, which of the babes actually do the best makeup?
Oh my God.
The
US
UK
girly.
babes or the
Set
US
up,
girls?
set up.
Let me tell you something. As a US girly,
Yeah,
I
explaining too
love
much.
y'all. I love you.
Whenever you
Y'all
put this
makeup eat.
disclaimer,
Y'all's makeup eat. It eats down. But then when it comes to makeup, boys, the UK girlies have it down.
Wow.
Down. I'm telling you.
okay,
I went to UK and when I see my cousins do makeup, I'm like, uh-uh, is there a different product you're using? Because what? They have that face beat down. But
okay.
yeah, the UK girls, they don't play. They don't play at all.
But I'm always
Well,
like,
why
because I
did
mean,
you ask the question though? Why?
oh,
Just
honestly,
a UK girlie somewhere.
I'm envy.
no, you guys are not gonna do that over here. I won't agree. I think the PR has always been like, oh, they know how to like do the best makeups, and you always see them on maybe Twitter and all of those things. And
I see.
when there's like a concert in O2, it's almost like it's a competition of like makeup,
Who's gonna
like
be the best?
who's got the best makeup, and they are always like clean from head to toes. And I'm like,
I
I'm always
think
thinking
is there like a
the amount
makeup?
of
Is there a
I'm,
makeup Olympics?
is that exactly? I'm always thinking, and the feet are always fitting. You understand? And it's almost likely they're all gonna wear the same kind of outfits.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
You understand? Because maybe it's cold or for some weird reason. But you know one thing that's gonna stand out,
The
that makeup.
Mm.
They might probably not dress like flamboyantly or anything, but you see that makeup, they will. they will make sure it's lit.
But is
And I'm
there any
always like,
sports? Is there any sports that
bro,
like makeup competition? Is there anything
all I
like that?
all I know is
No.
that
Okay,
there's
I
nothing
think
like
someone
that.
should create something like that.
For
No, that'd
what?
be too much work.
Yeah, now
That'd be too much. But,
Wait,
but 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 when
I
you do
thought guys don't
makeups,
like girls who do a
no,
lot
no,
of
I'm saying
makeup.
as a sport, not
that's a good question. No, 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 no. You can't gloss over that, Kesh. Do you
Eh?
like you like your girls on too much makeup?
too much makeup. No, I don't like too much makeup.
Oh, you are.
They will ban they will ban us here.
No, I mean I'm not against makeup. Hear me clearly. I say too much. The key word is
What's
too
too
much.
much? What's
Too
too
much is
much?
if you start to look like some AI curated faces. That's too much. Just look for
Yes.
what fits you, what is calm, what is subtle. Look for a mark that is your color, your face color. Just
True. When ladies do makeup at times, it's almost like as if you could see the color, like the color stops at
like
their
they're
neck
very
or at the
nice
chest.
makeup
You
that
can
people
see the
do. Like
yeah, you
you
can see
can
the
see
contrast.
anything
Yeah.
And I'm like,
is like this. This is the peak. Anything above this, there's problem. Just be fine. Don't do more than God. That's my
the question is, does God do makeup?
that is
Exactly. If
exactly
you
my
don't do more
point.
than God, it means don't do
Just do more
makeup.
than God.
I think my next question was going to be, I don't know, I think I've shared this tweet with you as well, Kesh,
Yeah.
and maybe it's for the general of this thing. I don't know about you. Ladies these days, what they have in their shopping carts, some of them is running to millions of dollars, and I'm watching who is going to who's
After
going to
all
pay
the
all this
debt,
stuff.
the word has already. Who is going to pay for all this?
Who's going to pay for all of this? Because then I saw a tweet somewhere on Twitter. Someone said my wife saves save for later cards on Amazon is up to about $2.5 million.
Does she have a house in the? There has to be a Lamborghini somewhere.
Honestly, at times when I'm like shopping, right, I find myself, I know for a fact that okay, I can't buy this now. I'll just put it in a card. I don't know what would drive me there, and I understand it. But most of them, I think they do it too much. They just boom, everything cards, card. Now, how far?
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm,
How much do you
mm-mm.
have?
The
How much?
question is,
No.
um, in total across all parts, this is cross cultural summation. Maybe you have one on Zara, one on Nike, one on Amazon, one on
Oh,
um,
so
Sephora,
yes, don't do
another
that.
one on
Yeah. Well, personally, I have a lot of stuff in my cart because I have a good reason.
What's a good
everybody
reason?
has a good
What
reason.
is a
What's
good
your
reason?
reason?
I'm moving to a different apartment, so you have to get new stuff, things
Okay.
that you like. But then on a regular, probably I might have stuff in my cart that I don't intend on buying. But then it's just like therapy, like going scrolling through.
It's like they are saying
Therapy.
they say shopping is therapy. Oh.
This one is not window shopping. This one is cut shopping
I'm
therapy.
telling you, shopping is therapy. Try it, and you will thank me later.
I will
No,
not
no.
try it.
I think the reverse is the case
I
for the
can
men
thank you now,
because
but I will not do it.
if I'm having to spend more than what I have, come on, there's nothing therapeutic about that. I'll go
Oh
back
my
home
God.
crying.
Things
But
in my cart.
I feel you though. I understand just how like maybe stepping out there it makes you feel like okay, you're taking care of yourself, self care and stuff like that.
Please.
And I mean, I'm not even angry at that.
What's
And
two
I
hundred
know
dollars at Sephora? If my man takes me out and he spends $200 on me at Sephora,
Money, small money.
you know, a small
mhm,
perfume, small makeup, like
small. Why are you saying small?
It's very small now. Is it not $200?
It's $200 now.
Just $200.
just $200.
Two
Like
hundred
What will
dollars.
you even buy in Sephora? By the time you pick one or two,
the money is gone.
money is gone
Ah,
now.
My next question I was going to ask because before I forget, actually, do you remember? Because clearly, when you were saying something about your ex, Wait, I
I was
have
trying
this
to avoid.
You're trying
I
to
have a
avoid your
photographic
ex.
memory. No, now come on.
I
See,
mean,
okay,
that's why
so
it's your ex now. You can talk
that's
about.
why it's your ex. That's why you can talk about it.
That's
So I don't get why people want to shy away from it, and the reason being that um I don't know, like before the whole what's it called? When he knew about your status and everything,
Mhm.
you probably saw him as this, oh, my everything.
it's
You,
guy.
yes, you guys, smart, boom, cured, boom, boom. And
All
then
of a sudden,
all of a sudden, do you ever wonder and be like, "Ah, maybe I was wrong? Have you ever thought about like, do you ever like question, oh wow, maybe I don't know how to pick this guy as well. Maybe I'm doing something bad. I might have jumped into conclusion so soon. What comes to your mind when that actually switch up for you?
I think when it comes to my personal relationship with my ex-boyfriend, I think it was just the expectations that I had. I always set high expectations for people that I have learned not to do anymore because when you have this image of someone, you're like, I'm expecting this from this person. Even if he sees this, he's not supposed to react this way. And then it's just disappointment. And it's okay. Like, um, he's a good person. I wouldn't bash him or anything like that. He is a good person. He's living his life. He's doing well for himself. But then it's just the expectations I had, you understand? And I didn't really think about it. At the time I was young. If I had thought about it or if I was as matured as I am right now, I would have handled that whole situation differently. I would have tried to give him more security because I understand where he's coming from. Like he's been with you for over a year and
For me,
and it's like he feels like he knows you, but then all of a sudden he's like, I don't even
no,
know
no,
who
this
I'm
was
talking to, you know. So at that point, like sitting down and reflecting a few years ago and then thinking, I'm like, what could I have done better? I actually know where he was coming from, that was so important for him to know because he felt like he knows me or he knew me. So breaking that trust, it was hard. I think that was when our whole relationship started going downhill,
no.
because it's like I don't trust whatever you said before, what you're saying now, what else are you hiding and stuff like that.
And it might.
Will I still tell someone I'm dating that I'm an American citizen? Probably not. But then I'll probably say early, you know, I am that type of girl. I want you to be in because I want you to get to know me. You know,
I
yes,
want to
he
know
makes
your passport
no,
too.
hey, no.
You
there's
know the
something
thing
I
is, so
just
it's
called. There's
defense. They
something
might think like you intentionally like withheld that information, just thinking maybe he's a passport digger.
or a passport bro or something.
Well,
Like it could come across that way. I'm not
it
saying this was
can.
the case. I'm just saying like
So
another
Yeah.
way to
so
look at
na
it.
na 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 na. So like from what I always infer a whole lot. Even the
Mhm.
things that you don't have to necessarily speak out, I can actually infer from what you said. So if I'm correct, what you mean is that you have a thing for the immigrant bros as well.
You never see the company.
That's me.
Oh, even the question
Because,
hits me too. I'm
because she
shocked.
said
I'm shocked on your behalf.
because because she mentioned something around like even the next person I'll never tell. I'm like, oh, so you want to really so where is this preference coming from? Like I mean
It's the
there are
community.
bros
It's
that
giving back to the community. Charity begins at home.
Well, when it comes to the preference of men, I don't have, I don't really have like a standard
Are you
preference.
sure?
Look, I like all men, especially my African men. I'm open to all races, but then especially my African men because if you're Ghanaian, that's a plus, that's a bonus.
All the coffee, all the can you people hear now?
Yes, if you're here, that's a
Pursue,
plus.
pursue, pursue.
um, I don't mind immigrant or not. Once I feel like I see you doing something substantial for yourself and you can prove to me or show me that you already have your own plans. Like it's I mean, what do you get when I tell you that? Oh yes, the first time you be, oh, I'm an American citizen. Yeah, let's hit it up. Like, what do you get from that? Nothing.
From
I just
when
feel like
Wait,
if
wait, wait. So do you feel like the only time that can actually come into picture is when you're so sure that they probably have their own, or they are also in the process of actually getting their own? Like, when you think that's a very convenient conversation to have, at least because you would want to tell him at some point.
yeah,
What would be that? Okay, now I can tell him because I see this, I see that.
like
What do you think? What's that
what's the
point?
pointer?
At our point, yeah. What's the
What's the
pointer? What's the
signal?
indicator?
What gives you that confidence and peace
that
of mind?
that is tricky. That is a little bit tricky because I feel like it depends on how the conversation even comes about. How
I
it's
feel it.
I was going to ask
what
that. What if he even ask you like on the like the very very beginning?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. In fact, that would be a red flag. I probably think she
do you
won't even
think that
find
would
the
be a
person.
red flag? Like,
like
this
why why you
this
should get to know me. What's my passport got to do with anything?
is part of you too. Are you
Yes.
not the one in the passport?
I mean, this is our time as fast men, but we can just quickly go to dilemma,
Oh
and
yeah,
I think this dilemma is directed at the men in the house. But if you'd like to join in, you're
Mhm.
you're free to do that. It seems like Kesh is frozen. Kesh, can you hear us? Are you
I
here with
can I
us?
can hear you.
Okay, cool. So now this is the dilemma. This is a tweet I actually came across. Somebody said, "Oh, how do you respond to a nigger?" Oh, am I supposed to use the N word?
Um,
Maybe
I mean, you're black. You might as well go ahead.
Yes, just so you know, you're still frozen. But yeah, let me go on.
I can hear you
So,
guys. I don't know what's going on.
okay, cool, cool. How do you respond to a nigger flirting with your girl in front of you?
Jeez. Man,
Yes, do you want to go first? Why are you looking at
Repeat the question or the dilemma.
my dilemma? There should be a tune that comes before the question. Do, do, do.
Yeah,
So the question says, how do you respond to a nigger flirting with your girl or your woman in front of you?
there will be war. There will be absolute. Because why? Now tell me why. Am I not there? Am I a wooden stove to you? Am I a tree to you? I
I
mean
think that's
that's going
that
past
is where
your
we are.
boundary and
well,
In fact,
I don't think
I have an opinion. I think
okay.
for me, I feel like I'll be proud.
well it's a two-way street, but then
Probably.
No, 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 no,
you
no.
can be
So I'm
proud,
like,
but then
I'm doing
you have
something
to
right, and it's two reasons why. That's the first reason. Like, okay,
like you
I'm not,
carry
I'm not, I'm
you
that
you
nigga. I
carry
mean,
value. You carry value.
only knew, like, someone sees fancies my girl. Oh, nice. I'm like, if I'm doing the most, I'll buy you drinks. Do you want some drink?
That person
Listen,
is just a stupid goat.
And the
You're
second,
just a stupid goat.
and the second opinion will be, oh, she's her own person as well. I mean, trust me, she's an adult. So that's the avenue to say, oh, I came here with my man. Oh, come on, let's see
Yeah,
what
Let's
you're
see.
about. All you're
Well, I
about.
think it also depends on the lady too.
exactly. I
Yeah.
was about to
I've
say
had
that.
like conversations like that. Like if something like that happen and I
Yeah,
don't
Mhm.
step in, it's like I'm not, protective. I'm not
yeah,
jealous enough to want to like,
yeah,
Oh yeah, I see how that can switch up
So like
at
I
times
think
as
it,
well.
it depends on how it happens and how you kind of handle the whole.
yeah.
But
And
the person flirting is a stupid goat. I say it again. You are just a stupid goat. You do not know anything all boundary.
well, I also think it's emotional intelligence on the woman's part,
Mhm.
not to, I mean, there's so many times maybe you're walking with your man and then another guy would be staring at you or try to pick up conversation, or if your man steps away just for a second, they're trying to pick up conversation. It's more of emotional intelligence. It's how you put yourself out there. My uncle always tells me something. He says, if any man can just approach you like that, there's something wrong with you. Yeah. Yeah. Growing up, oh yeah, he's like, you need to carry yourself in such a way that not anybody can just approach you. they even fear to come and approach you. You understand?
And then, so if you were single, how would then, I mean, a
No,
man randomly like approach
It's
yeah,
you
not
and
like
stuff
that's
any
like that?
different
just
context.
anybody. Like
You
Just
just
understand?
anybody.
That's it.
when you're
Like
not
your
an
body
ATM.
language. Your body language should show that I'm not
I'm of
interested.
this only
I'm with
people with this
somebody. You
value.
understand?
I get you. I get you.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's an opportunity for her to be her own person and tell, and then decide like it's a decision to be made there. Oh yeah, sorry, I can't actually entertain this. I'm with someone. You understand? Because at the end of the day, no matter how they choose to spin it, oh, you're not. That means I expect you to be jealous, or if I don't like show any sign of like, you know what, oh, I'm bothered or anything. I
Yeah.
feel like for the fun part of it, it's normal because I think about it in this way. What if I wasn't there?
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
the thing. So that's why I'm saying like that person is a stupid goat because if I wasn't there, I understand. My presence should at least command some,
You don't know some guys are disrespectful. I
That's
can tell you
why
for a
that's why I
fact.
said that person is a stupid goat.
Some guys are disrespectful,
Because
and
like
I
if,
mean,
as a guy, if you see like oh this person is with someone else, like just out of respect and courtesy, just let it
Mhm.
go.
I
If you
would
meet
say
a girl like somewhere else without, I can totally understand.
I have a story around that. To be honest, like I mean, it was one of those times where a group of my friends, I think we're in Texas, maybe some years back, right? And I think for this was that conference that we do in
Afrotech,
Afrotech. Thank you. So we met these amazing ladies, right? They were working in tech as well, and they came out to have a drink at this very nice um, Afrobeat lounge, and we're there. Boom, boom, boom. Everyone were just, I mean, it was just so amazing that the ratio was perfect. When I mean ratio was perfect, the number of guys is the same number of women,
But
and everybody we're able to just navigate. Oh, this is who you are talking to. This is what I'm talking to, and boom, boom,
natural
boom.
pairing.
It was natural theory. And then we're on this round table where everyone was just talking, having fun, playing games and stuff like that. You understand? Those like Nigerian games that it was relatable. We explained to them and stuff like that. This particular girl I was actually getting to know, you understand, getting to know what she does at like Adele at the time. Boom, 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 boom. And she wanted to drink. I said, okay, I'll pay for a drink because I wasn't drinking. I don't drink. And then boom, we came back, and there was this guy that was just been sighting. He was looking over his shoulder, and I'm like, for some weird reason, I was so naive. The guy just came and said, he looked at me, we locked eyes, and he said, oh, who's that? Bumumi. I said, oh, I just met her. I was answering. I'm like, and one way or the other, the guy just went boom, 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 and then started talking to the girl.
Cornered the babe.
Corner the babe. I was like, okay, cool. I love this. Me, self, I was just looking at them. I said, nice, nice, nice. And tell me why. After the guy left, because the lady actually got angry after the guy left, and I was wondering, oh, what did he say? And it was more of like, is what you did. It was she was friend to me.
If you left her,
you left
Yeah.
her.
left her
It
for
Yeah.
was,
dead.
so so it was almost like as if like I knew the guy before then, and then I
Like it
was
was
like,
fun, like you letting the
yeah, it was
guy.
planned, right? I was like, no, that wasn't the case. I swear down. Like, I didn't even know that that was his intention. I don't know him. I've never met him in my life. Like, the only group of guys I know are these people. Yeah.
Yeah. But then that was the girl you were talking to. Why would you let someone else? You see, that's the problem I have with men. Like, some,
What's the problem? What is the problem you have with
Not the
men?
problem.
mean, why are you talking to me and then someone just comes in and then you just let the person like
No,
take over my
no, 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 no. I swear down. It was one of those moments whereby you've talked for so long, and you know
mm-hmm.
those like brief pauses, and
Yeah.
then probably you're not looking around, and then you see this guy that's been just looking at you, and I'm like, I gave him the
Waiting
nod,
for
like
the
to
right
greet,
moment
waiting for the right
to take
moment.
his
You know that
treatment.
to just yeah, exactly, to just boom, and I was looking at me. I was like, I gave him the nod. You know how men greet
Yeah.
like the nod, hey, and
Chap-
then I didn't know that was his entry point. Say, hey, Chama, what's good? I said,
And probably the lady saw it and thought you guys were
couldn't you? Exactly.
kind of pals.
she might have thought that we were pals. And then in the moment, the guy just asked that question. I said, "Oh yeah, I mean, we just met," and I didn't know why. I just had to like answer that question. That's the only thing I thought. If there's anything I'm mad at myself for is the fact that I answered him.
Because it was like you authorized him to like
Yeah,
free market.
You
yeah,
should
you
be.
understand? I mean, she just came in, and this was somebody that was enjoying conversations and we're talking and stuff. The guy just came in, and it wasn't even up to like 3 minutes. The girl
Yeah.
was fuming like
I
big time.
honestly, even me, I hate that. Like, if I'm kicking it with you and then we're getting to know each other, the conversation is flowing, and someone just comes in and interrupts, and then is like, "Bro, you couldn't say anything. Like, you could have just be like, oh no, I'm still talking to her,' or something like that." Yeah.
That tells me the kind of man you are, right? That's how
Wait,
you
wait,
mark
wait, wait.
them.
Hold up, hold up,
No,
hold up, hold
no, I'm
up,
not gonna use
hold
that
up,
to judge you, but then
hold
I
up.
will kind of
It's
feel
one of those things, subtle
it's
or
a type of way,
subconscious, sub.
you know.
But another thing I need to point out is that I don't think we spoke anything, or I gave her the intention or gave her the feeling that, you know
Like it
what,
was
I was interested. No, it was more of like
like
we're talking
casual. We
about
just met.
casual, and I wasn't thinking that the lady was already into deep. I was like, eh, I was like, eh, wow,
You're
eh.
a woman, you're a man.
Wow. So yeah, it really taught me a lot that day, and I'm like, well, I might still do it again. Who knows, or not?
I
Right.
mean, yeah. I mean,
That's crazy.
what if you see another like a lady with another, just give them.
Anyway, we got your own view on that. First, the club, the nigga actually flirting with your girl. Did we get Nana's view on that?
I mean, I don't even have much to say because why are you
Because you
coming
are
to
the
talk to
girl.
me? No, no, no. Why are you coming to talk to me when you can clearly see me with somebody else? You understand?
But in the game of these things,
There's
there's no
no
rule. There are no rules too. If you look
No
at it,
rules. Don't
because
hate
you're
the
there's
play.
talking
no
to
Don't
someone
hate
rules.
does
the
not
play.
mean
Don't hate the player. Hate the game.
the game is the game.
The game is the
At
game.
the end of the day,
So,
so how would you feel?
well, I'll feel some type of way, but at the same time too, I feel like I would really cut it short out of respect for the person I'm talking to or who I came with. You understand? Because why am I entertaining you when I'm with somebody? Especially if the person is my man, oh yeah, the conversation is not going to last even a second. It's
Let me
like,
add a twist. I've seen situations in clubs where the intruder guy now we're talking about, this fictional intruder is the lady spec. Oh, exactly, exactly. How do you handle it
wait,
in that?
okay, relax.
Like he's a
But
fine boy, everything fresh and clean, and he's moving to you, and
let me tell you something. Let me tell you
tell
something.
me.
If so, wait, are you trying to tell me that the person I'm with is not my spec?
I
Oh
mean,
wow, that's it. No, 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 no.
there,
She
but
returned that back to
there is
you.
spec and there are specs. There's speculation and there's specification.
And
You
then
could be
spectacle,
with spectacle or
speculation.
but I mean,
That should be our theme, bro. It could be with spectacles or speculations.
Wait,
Don't leave
wait.
me.
or spectacle.
Or spectator.
Well, that is not even tricky at all because if I'm walking with you hand by hand, side by side, we're in public, it means I like you. Women are different. For a man, you can see I can be walking with you and you will see another woman and that woman is your spec. You understand? Specs. In fact, specifications, not spectacles. And then you would definitely find a way of getting her number or something. But I think for a woman, once we're into you, we're into you. It's hard for a woman to like just ignore everything around her and then just go to someone else. It doesn't happen because it takes time for us to like get to know people, for us to trust people and stuff like that. We don't just see with our eyes and then start. I mean, I'll admire the person, but then I won't disrespect you like that. Like, no. Yeah.
I was gonna ask the same another question, but this is gonna go for like 2 hours. Trust me. But that's probably gonna be maybe another time, maybe when
Yeah,
we invite you again
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
for the
yeah.
conversation, because I have a lot of questions
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
have
pretty
another
sure
one too, but I don't think we can
I
take
don't
it
think we can
anymore. We don't want
well,
to drag this.
we've gone above the 1 hour mark. Like I said, because this is one thing. This is one interesting thing about like good conversations. They
Yeah.
just go. It's organic, and you
Mm-hmm.
just find yourself talking more and more and more. It's been a very tremendous episode. I mean, for me,
Yeah,
I
well,
love the guests. Oh, sorry, I love the guests. Let us the guest.
you go and set
I don't,
yourself
I
up.
don't say let me set myself up. I love the guest. I love just like the conversations we've had, and I'm glad that it went the way I actually imagined it. And yeah, it was. I don't know. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Kesh, what do you have to say?
Thank you, Nana, for accepting our invite and giving us out of your precious time to come on the show and share with us. So we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I had an amazing time. Good conversation as always,
Yeah.
and we'd love to have you some other time in the nearest
If
future.
if our boyfriend permits,
We will not be intruding, which we are. I mean, we might not be spec, but we are not spectacles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
oh
continue
boy,
to watch, like, share, subscribe,
subscribe. Yeah,
show us
and till we
love
see you guys
in the
on the
next.
next episode. Thank you,
Bye.
and we remain.
Bye.
Spectacle.